Big Blue, week 2. Hi, hope you're doing well. We're going to be going over this, and of course, the framing of this video, or the kind of big thing about it is, the cheese. Hercules basically destroys this. There are some pitfalls that we need to kind of discuss, but ultimately he destroys this. Going to be focusing on threat level 5. Of course, if you don't have, a lot of people in game will have Hercules. This is one of the teams that I used. And of course, if you've got Dr. Doom or Scream, then this is going to be a potential option to defeat Ironheart. So, underneath, by the way, preview it first and make sure you're planning your teams. We're going to go over each fight and break it all down, but I'm going to start off with the objective. So, you got some options. Use any champion to defeat Ironheart, and some of the footage you're going to see right now. I'm going to hopefully remember this week, because last week I was scuffed the heck and back because I was really busy with stuff. But now I've got a bit more time now I can devote to the YouTube channel. So we got Ironheart. Look, take any champion you want that's feasible against this. There are some things we'll go over a bit more in a minute, but make sure to finish off like the last 1% with a saga-based champion. So make sure you always have a saga-based champion on your team, and then finish off. That can be really handy, because then it's like, well, the 1%, we'll just smash in with a different champion. I didn't need to click that. I wanted to click that. So you can see, like, I've got mine done. But yes, it was quite simply, I whittled down the health using Hercules. I then finished off with Scream. You're going to see that footage right now. So that's how I did that. And I would welcome anybody to do this. So I've got my final run to do of this later on, but I just thought, oh, well, let's do the video now and record it and lock it in for Thursday. Starting off with Ghost. For this particular fight, it may seem pretty obvious, but if you have a miss-based counter, is it needed? Possibly, possibly not. But you've got Power Thief, miss. So whenever the time the champion misses, it's going to take your power. I mean, that's kind of like, yeah. Don't do that. Don't let it miss. That is going to happen. So as long as you've got a champion that's able to do damage whilst while Ghost is missing, then okay, it's going to run at you, go miss, and then you lose your health. Fine, whatever. You do have reddening though, so while the attacker has more than 33% of their max power, they gain an energized passive, which I hope you kind of grab back. Personally, I didn't focus on this. I didn't focus on that. I didn't focus on that. Unblockable specials. The two big concerns were stun, immunity, and encroaching stun. So how I looked at this was Hercules, great option. As long as you've got strength, you won't get stunned. Stunned. So that was something less to worry about. But any champion that's got any kind of like debuff shrug off, maybe a way to go with this one. And the stun. Are you going to be intercepting a lot more? Yes. Occasionally into the block, yeah. Look, if you got options that are miscounters, okay, it's needed for the greater amount of the actual quest itself. But I think that the main thing to focus on is encroaching stun. Providing you've got stun immune based options, or you've got champions that debuff shrug, this could be fine. But if you've got Hercules, and a lot of people have Hercules, it's a great option. Next up, Punisher 2099. Hercules again came through with me. I would warn people that well, he does have heal or hide. So distance away, he will not heal. You will get the healing, but you will get heal blocked, which kind of nullifies that point. Although if you've got a debuff shrug, then of course that makes total sense. I could do the Punisher 2099 fight and also do the Ghost fight. I use Hercules, but I tried to do something, and you're probably going to see in the videos, of how I was able to hit in a stun at a good point, then retire back, get the heal from the heal and hide, and then top up my health. Granted, the health on like Punisher 2099 is greater than yours. So yeah, that's something that's going in that champion's benefit. Moving now on to Guillotine 2099. You do have Super Buffet, which, hey, isn't exactly great. And also Stop Hitting Me and Chum the Waters and Combo. The main thing that I think is of concern is probably Stop Hitting Me. Each time the defender's miss is bypassed or an untouchable or phase effect is prevented, the defender gains an indefinite fury passive, increasing attack. To be honest, I just concentrated on, number one, not miscountering the champion, but instead doing the kind of knockdown you normally do. You kind of shut off things by just doing parry, heavy, done. I did find the champion was throwing special attacks or SP1s more frequently, which isn't exactly great. And Super Buffet, whenever the attacker triggers a precision armor up or power flood, regen, cruelty, and all that stuff like that, I'm not reading all that, is immediately nullified. Each time the effect triggers, the defender will regenerate X amount. Yes. Intercepting the defender refreshes the cooldown and increases future cooldown times by 1. So yeah, if you get your intercepts in, that's good. You've just got to chum the waters. Combo up. Yeah, I really kind of focus more on the Super Buffet, but stop hitting me was probably the main thing, because there is a way that you can like lose a chunk of health as a result of some stuff, mainly through SP2 rotations. So if you can keep the champion to an SP1 rotation, I think that's better. Anyway, hey, it all worked out fine. Right, on to Mysterio. This one is a bit tricksy. There's some stuff that I really don't like about this. And how you approach it is going to be different player to player. Because you get poison on you, do you go poison immune? Well, not necessarily, because you can use a science champion and then you can block all the well-timed block will all the poison debuffs are removed, right? Or you can use poison immunity, but contagion is when you're going to get your there's another way, using Dex to avoid wrong. I'm reading the wrong one. Whenever the defender is struck or blocks an attack, you get it. So it's like you get poisons, then you shrug off the poisons by well-timed block. I wasn't rotating well with this. I think the biggest issue, there's a lot going on. Feat of Energy really spun me out, because I was thinking like, right, well, I've got to get him, encourage him to do a special attack, which isn't always possible because he throws SP1 all the time, and then you can't hit him after for reasons. So there's a lot of stuff to take in there, and muddle through it as you see best, because I did not do particularly well on this one. Also, diversion, keep your distance, not always easy because you've got so many other things going on. Like, you're waiting for him to throw a special attack. Sometimes he doesn't throw the special attack. He gets an SP3. Boom. Game over. Not nice. But that's the AI in game, and the AI in this is trash. And of course, we're still waiting for Kabam to sort out the AI. Hoping for 2025 for that eventually to be sorted out. Probably won't be. So we're going to finish off on Ironheart, briefly mentioned a moment ago. The champion does have Suppression Barrage, and that's defender attacks have a 60% chance to inflict a suppression passive, which isn't great, and that could be bad in some ways. But if you've got a power control immunity champion, it's better. Like Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom's fantastic for here. He's kind of like a very underrated option. But you've got to be SP1 and SP3 rotating, because Ironheart, I think, is Incinerate immune, so it's not always great. Also, a great option because he is shock immune as well, and therefore will counter Galvanize. But you've got to be very aggressive in order to SP1 rotate. Unfortunately, what you're going to see with some of this footage is that I've either got a problem with, like, I know I keep saying about my cable being broken. I think my device is, because it's now 4 years old, and in January will be 6 years old, I think it's running its course. Like, things are not great when it comes to inputs in this game, and it's not in general for everyone, but yeah, I don't think it's kind of like responding too well, because as soon as I get my kind of cable broke thing that pops up from time to time, I then lose inputs. So that was pretty annoying, to be honest, because I was on a really good roll with that fight. You're going to see that footage, and then of course I finished it off with Hercules, and just kind of like finish off. And yeah, also something I did forget to mention is that the physical burst reflect 100% of all damage the defender takes from physical damage effects is also dealt to the attacker as direct damage. This is probably the most crucial thing, right? Hercules, of course, cheat code because of immortality, and also I found I was using Scream. I had no issues against this, and I can't remember if she has contact or non-contact hits. There are a whole plethora of champions that are non-contact. Search online for these. But yeah, you got so non-contact or energy-based, yeah, energy damage champions Human Torch. No, Human Torch is contact. I'd say search it up, to be honest. So there's non-contact attacks like Energy Blast, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. No, a lot. Well, Infamous Iron Man. That could be a good option as well. Anything that's magic, energy-based hits could be really good here. Yeah, so use those for this. And that I think is me done. Yeah, with stuff, all kind of things that I would suggest. But the teams that I've used are with Scream, with Doctor Doom, Hercules. I think Doctor Doom and Hercules are a no-brainer for this. And anyway, that's me done. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. I'll see you soon. Who did you use? Put it in the comments. Bye.